Well, good morning, everyone. It is really great to have you here today at Fire and Hammer Evangelism Ministry. I want to talk about something for a moment that we have talked about before, but it is so important it does bear repeating. And that is the law of God, the Ten Commandments. There are certain people out there who say that at the cross, Christ fully removed the law. It does not stand any longer for any purpose today. Now, if we say such a thing, we have to follow that through to its logical conclusion, don't we? If the law is gone, what are the results? Well, as I am driving along the road here, and I am driving 53 miles an hour in this 55 mile an hour speed limit zone. But if that speed limit sign did not exist, could I accelerate to 70 miles an hour and not be guilty of speeding? If there were no ordinance against throwing trash on the ground, could a person be guilty of littering? So follow this through. Those who say the law is totally gone today, it doesn't exist, don't even think about it. If there is no law, no one can be guilty. No one can be a sinner. And if no one can be guilty, and if no one is a sinner, there is no need for the gospel. There was no need for Christ to die. Everything that he endured was in vain, no purpose for it. So let me make the point. The law of God, the Ten Commandments, is like a thermometer that you place under your tongue. That thermometer does not take away any fever that you have. It only shows you that you do in fact have a fever. And once you know that you have a fever, you take the appropriate medicine. The Ten Commandments cannot take away the guilt of sin, but they do expose and demonstrate and prove the guilt of sin through the breaking of those Ten Commandments. And once this is known in the sinner's heart, then and only then can the sinner seek the only effective and appropriate remedy, Jesus Christ and everything that he did to save sinners. When we go out, we must approach people, as Ray Comfort says, with law for the proud, grace for the humble. We must begin with the law, with the full weight of the law, like a hammer, to break down into powder, into dust, the stony and stubborn heart of the sinner. This through the power of God, of course, not through any persuasive ability of our own, but to grind into dust that unrepentant heart. And only then, when they have been humbled by the law, can they be ready to hear about and to receive the grace God offers through the gospel message of the cross. So as we go out there, absolutely tell them about Jesus, tell them about heaven, tell them about the wonderful salvation, the freedom from sin, the release from guilt, the absolute wiping clean of their entire criminal record, but only after they have come to believe that they actually are a guilty criminal needing all of that. And the only way that they can get there is through being told about the law first. So use that thermometer, demonstrate to them that, hey buddy, you've got a fever of 103 degrees, but here is the medicine that will bring that fever down. Use the Ten Commandments to show them that you are guilty of lust in your heart equated with adultery, of hating people, being angry at people equated with murder in the heart, with lying, with stealing, and go on down the list. And only then, after they have come to understand that, walk them through the precious gospel, praying that the Holy Spirit will open their heart to receive it, and that they will move instantaneously from dead sinner to living saint of God. Law first, followed up closely by the gospel every time. Have a wonderful day out there, everyone. Be safe.